Red Devils TV. Today we are not back with the match reaction of Manchester and also Liverpool. Today we are back to express my views and thoughts about the anti-Glazers protest and the match getting postponed. So first things first, I want to give huge credit to the Manchester United supporters trust, United Stand, the Red Army, and then people like Full-Time Devils. They absolutely, so big shout out to them. They absolutely supported this major cause basically, and I don't know if the Glazers will leave the club or they will sell the club. I don't know anything about the future, but definitely they should be appreciated for this effort. And one thing which I want to say, one thing which makes it much more admirable of the fans, the current pandemic is going on. They didn't care about their lives, and they went there knowing that their life is in such a risk. There were around approximately 10,000 fans in the Sunday's protest, and last time it was 2,000, so it was 8,000. The space was reduced basically so that the protest could not be held. But the fans didn't give up. They protested in the last, and they have done an absolutely good job. I don't know if the Glazers will go, but I can definitely guarantee you that no fans, no community, no fan base can do a better job than they did basically. And I am absolutely proud of my fan base. I love my club, I am passionate about it, but I live in India, so I cannot do anything basically. And in its COVID phases, I cannot do anything basically. I can support them, I can support their cause. I wanted to sign the petition basically, which was going around for the 50+1, but I couldn't because of the British citizenship thing. But I want to support them as much as I can. As much as I can. I cannot go and I cannot catch a flight to the UK. So I'm sorry for that, guys. But I want to support how much I can. Basically, I love my club. So I'm so grateful to those fans basically who did this basically, and they did what we fans want to do basically. Our hands are handcuffed basically. We can't do anything in this COVID pandemic. People don't have that money only, and if they also have the money because of COVID cases, they won't reach basically. Have to be there for 10 or 12 days on the quarantine basis, so there's no point going there. So I think that they did a very good work. I think that many people are criticizing them, saying that they're hooligans, say they're doing this and that. I just want to say this: who are you to tell them that they're hooligans? Who are you to tell them? Shut the fuck up, dude. You have no idea. I've seen Graham Souness saying, "Oh, it's not the Glazers' fault. Oh, Manchester United fans are just unhappy that they are not the top dogs anymore. Liverpool and Man City have taken place." What the fuck do you know? What the fuck do you know? You are a crap manager. You are a crap at management. What the fuck do you know? You know nothing. You know nothing. You don't know even 5% of what the club has gone through since the last 16 years. And you say that we are not the top dogs of the country. Yes, I can get that. I can get the frustration. But since 2009, we are doing this. Not 2009, 2005. Since the Glazers took over our club, we are doing this. And let me remind people like Graham Souness who are saying that Manchester United are the top dogs and fans can digest that. And I just want to say this: in 2005 we won the title. No, we didn't win the title. In 2006 we won the title. In 2006-7 season we won the title. In 2007-8 we won the double basically. In 2008-9 we won the triple. The third title in 3 years, and in 2000, and we also reached the final, which we lost against Barcelona 2-0. So at that time we were protesting. Okay, so don't get it twisted. We have protested for a long time, and 2009 when it reached the peak bar because Ronaldo was sold, and he was the best player of the team, and after that they robbed Sir Alex Ferguson of the European glory against Barcelona second time. They sold Rooney. No, they didn't sold Rooney. They sold Tevez. They sold Ronaldo. They sold a lot of players. What the fuck is going on? I just don't understand. People just don't seem to understand that this washed up pundits. No offense to old age people, but 8 people of that age should be going in their home and playing with their grandkids. Basically, this should not be a pundit at Sky Sports. If they don't have the logic and you don't have the common understanding to understand what the fans mean by the protest. I can say that Manchester United has won more titles than Liverpool, and we are not salty about that. They are much more salty about that. So I just want to say that this is not due to the underperformance. This is due to the underperforming. It's not due to underperforming. This is due to the Glazers taking money after years, and you have the dividends going in the team. And a small fraction goes to the team underperforming, but it's more than we sell our base players, we don't replace them. They treat the fan base like shit. Basically, this is a big factor. When they sold Ronaldo, they didn't replace with him. They replaced with him with players like Bebe Obitan, whom we cannot find nowadays. A free Michael Owen, and they didn't replace Carlos Tevez. That's why we lost the title twice in 4 years, basically. And they are saying that, oh, Manchester United are top dogs, so that's what fans are moaning about. Shut the fuck up, dude. You have no idea about what the fans are going through, basically, since the last 16 years. And people at BBC phone, I have no idea what's going around. But these fans are a disgrace to the fans, but they should not be doing this. If you don't have any idea, why are you saying no? You should not say no comment, please. If you don't have any clue what's going on, they're saying it openly that, oh, we have no idea what's going on, but the fans are not doing it. If you have no idea, then why the hell are you commenting on this topic only, basically? I just want to say that these damn pundits are absolutely killing the efforts of the people which they have gathered, basically, to form United, basically to support this common cause. And these are, I can assure you guys, these are definitely on Glazers' payroll. People like Mark Ogden, Graham Souness, BBC, and I read it in Google this morning, basically. Some guy who is a popular ITV commentator in American ESPN has been turned off, basically, because he was criticizing the Glazers a lot, and he was suddenly cut off, basically. And people and ESPN are saying, no, it's a technical problem, but many people are also saying that it's done purposely because the American ESPN are on the payroll of Glazers, so they support the Glazers, basically. That's why they don't criticize, and this is going around. They just don't get this. Get these guys. Don't be divided in such a critical moment. Be united. This is the best chance we have got in the last 16 years because we have been unhappy for the Glazers since the Glazers takeover, but since Sir Alex Ferguson was there, we didn't want to ruin his last few seasons. That's why we didn't protested, and this is also an answer to people like Graham Souness who were saying that, oh, yes, they were top dogs, that's why they didn't protest. There were two reasons. First, we protested, and second, we didn't want to ruin Sir Alex Ferguson's last season because he was a god to us, basically. He was a god. And any United fan will agree with me on this topic, basically. Yeah, I think that the protest gone a bit over. I think it gone overflow, basically, because they threw cameras around, and that's hooliganism. Because you can't judge the minority on the basis of majority. Sorry, I told the wrong thing, basically. You can't judge the majority on the basis of minority. Some people went and threw skies cameras around and the lightings and also took the corner flag around. But I'm going to defend these guys, basically. When there has been a protest without violation. I don't support violation, basically, but I don't support violation of fundamental rules or violence, but it has to be done. Yeah, nobody got killed in the process, basically. Nobody got killed in the process. Nobody got hurt. Yeah, somebody got hurt, but I think that it was an accident. I don't think that fans purposely did it. Yes, a referee got hit here and he got some stitches around, but I don't think that it was done purposely. I think it was done accidentally. So you guys can cut some slack off the guys, basically. And yeah, the people has done it peacefully for a long time. People need to understand it. Yeah, I know that they went a bit overboard in this thing, but they have done it peacefully for the last 16 years and it hasn't worked. That's why they have took up the place for violence and arrogance, basically. They have been angry people. They have been angry since this last 16 years. Try to understand our feelings toward the club. We love this club. This club is all. This club is all to us, basically. Try to understand this. And now, since the Glazers have been absolutely been exposed, now the PR spin will going on. PR spin. This is really going around, and I think that has been going around that they will say that we are linked to players like Erling Haaland, Sancho, Messi, Ronaldo. They will say Varane, Kunde, and they will say Paul Pogba is signing a new contract, and that's going to happen. That is what going to happen basically. So don't get deluded by those things basically. Stick to the main point. I'm not saying that you have to be 24 hours sending glazes or glazes. I'm not saying that, but at least keep that cause in your head, guys. Keep that cause in your heads. If we do 2 or 3 more protests, I think we can get glazes out. And people say, who is going to buy the club basically? Yeah, I know, that's a fact, that's a matter. But we already have 2 buyers. First buyer is that Mohammed bin Salman, who is being estimated around, who is valued to be estimated around 6 to 7 billion. So I think he can easily pay 3 billion basically, which the club is around for sale. So I think they can do it. He can do it. And another one who is much more richer than him, and I think he is much more richer than Roman Abramovich, is Jim Ratcliffe. I don't know, you guys probably know that he's the president of Ineos and the owner of Nice, and he's also a member of the League One board room. So I think so there are potential buyers. They can buy, but they need the support. And if Glazers don't sell, at least push for the 50+1 rule. That is going to give the power in the fans' hands. But I'm not a big fan of 50+1 rule because I'm going to give you some reasons. Because it has been criticized for years. It has been criticized for years in the Bundesliga because it only benefited clubs like Borussia Dortmund and RB Leipzig and mostly Bayern Munich. So that's why they dominate the league so much. So I'm not a big fan. And second thing which I want to say is that the fans have to stack up some millions basically to buy the shares, because they're taking most of the power from the Glazers. It is 51 to 49. So Glazers are getting the minimum power. So they are going to they will want crazy money for each share basically. So I think it's each share is estimated around $40 basically. $14, sorry, not $40. It's $14. So I think it's going to be tough to buy shares around, and if I can, I will definitely inform you guys if I can buy, and I will try to buy, but I'm a bit low on money basically, not gonna lie. My pocket money is fully finished. Not fully finished, I have remained some, but I think I need to raise more money. And if my family allows, I will buy some shares basically through my family's bank account, and I will try to, and I will encourage you guys to buy. It's nothing to force. You may buy. Not everybody's financial stability is fine. You cannot buy, but at least try to spread the awareness. And 50+1 option should be much more embraced upon basically the fans. So I think that's the big protest. And secondly, the main topic is the match getting postponed. And I can definitely understand the frustration of the Liverpool fans, because they definitely want top 4. I can definitely understand that. But a clear message to Liverpool fans: just as you did against Gillett and Higgs back in 2010, understand that it's the same thing which we are doing against Glazers. Please understand. Please don't misunderstand us. I am not saying please don't misunderstand us basically. I just want to say this, that we all know that Liverpool were in crisis in 2010. They sold Fernando Torres and they were on the brink of selling Steven Gerrard. So we know what they went through basically. And Rafa Benitez also got I think did they sack him, or did they I think he left basically. So that's a big concern, I think. And I just want to say that understand this thing, that the same thing which happened 11 years ago. Understand it. And the most thing which annoys me is City fans basically. They're good for nothing. I've said it before, City has no fan base. They're absolute piece of clowns, and those they have fans, they're absolute clowns. They're saying that, oh, you had it in purposely, oh, you had it purposely to get to stop us winning the title today. I just want to say this, then you are an absolute douchebag. Your fan base is absolutely full of shit basically. I'm not disrespecting your club basically. I'm just disrespecting your fan base basically. Most of Man City fans are doing this basically on purpose. They know why they're doing it. Get an owner like Glazer, Kroenke, or FSG, and then we will understand what's the frustration of these fans basically. You are getting an owner who is much more ambitious than our owners, who wants this club to be the best. So that's why you won't understand our hardship. And as for the title, you can have it. No problem with that. No problem. We will eventually win it, so we have no problem with that. Get it right. We are not doing it purposely just because of drama. And another thing which I want to say is that many people have been many people are generally complaining about the fact that Manchester United fans could have done it against Roma, but they didn't do for their own benefit. I just want to say this to all fans, not only United or Liverpool and Manchester, but all fans. For this, many people are asking this question basically. Liverpool versus Manchester United is the biggest derby of British football. I don't care about Celtic or Rangers. I don't care about Millwall football. I don't care about anything. Manchester United versus Liverpool is the biggest British derby ever, and it's going to be in the future. Get it in your head basically. So it is the biggest and the best rivalry available, and it's the biggest derby which is currently going on. And so that's why the footage will be much more increased than any other normal match. And that's why people all around the world, because Liverpool and Manchester United have large fan bases throughout the world, so that's why the attention will be all on them. That's why the impact will be much more, rather than doing in a Poundland Champions League match against AS Roma. That won't do it basically. That's why they did it for the coverage basically, for the footage basically, so that the clear message goes to the Reds, goes to the Glazers, not Reds, goes to the Glazers basically, that you have fucked up already. Just leave this club. Just leave us alone basically. And so on. And I have no problem that if they can want any money they want. They as long as it's not an astronomical amount. I just want to say this. They can get any amount of money they want. It's 3 billion or 4 million, but just sell us our club. Just sell us basically. I just want to say sell us basically. Sell us to an ambitious owner, and I think the buyers who they are ambitious about, and who want this club to be the European force basically going on. And I just want to say this: the club price may be high, but I don't think that we need an owner like Man City or Chelsea basically, because we already have huge revenue streams, and we need an owner who is a bit like Leicester's owner, like Everton's owner, like who knows that we can utilize this money to enhance and revamp the squad more and more and more. We need someone who is a bit intellectual about the finance thing now than basically they want to earn money. And if we get another owner like the Glazers, I'm done. We are done. Absolutely done. And it will be another 15 years without a league title basically. And I know that this club is, I know that this team is progressing day by day and slowly basically. But I can absolutely say this thing that I don't see anything. I just don't see any progress under the Glazers. I just don't see any. By progress I mean that winning trophies, winning Champions League, winning Premier League. I don't see that under the current regime. I think that's missing. So I don't think that 50+1 is a good option, but I think we should push for a complete takeover. And if that fails, then we should push for the 50+1 ownership. But I don't think that's a bad plan. I think the secondary plan, the main plan should be getting rid of the Glazers completely from the roots basically. So that's what I want to say basically, and I don't know when the match will take place, and I hope that it doesn't coincide with any of our remaining fixtures. So thanks for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss a single upload. Stay safe, because of this pandemic is going around, and they say this in literally every video at the end of the video. So stay safe, stay happy, and take care of your family members, and I will catch you next time.